Hi guys, how you going? It is so hard to try and get out. Now I've got my hair caught on my camera stand thing. There we go. Can you all see? Usually I'm used to, I've got my hair caught again. Oh yes, I'm still sick. Usually I'm used to a big canvas. This is a tiny little canvas. Tiny canvas. So, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. As always, very appreciative of you coming to visit me. Okay, so, I'm still sick. I am so over it. I'm so over being sick. Right, this is a Wip and Chat. So let's start whipping and chatting. Okay, so as you can see, this is my goldfish, not my goldfish, my koi fish that I'm doing. I'm sorry for the coughing, guys, I really am. Oh, I am so unorganised, it's not funny. Right, what are we doing? That one, 19. I just have one of them. Nope, I have two of them. So, how's everybody's day? Hope everybody in the floods in Australia are staying safe. Don't go crossing floodwaters. I have seen too many videos of people just... There's some silly muppets out there. Right, now we'll do that symbol. What's that symbol? So I've only just started this. I started it last night, so 3. I'm not blinging this kit up because it's a comparison kit. And since it's a comparison kit, because I like the really, really big one, I want to keep that. But once I'm finished with this one, if it turns out, you know, looking nice... Oh, I just dropped a drill. If it turns out looking nice, I'm thinking about donating it to the aged care home. What do you reckon? Does that sound like a good idea? I want to do a big bright one for the aged care home. Ever since I started, I've wanted to donate one. And I just haven't found the right one that I want to do. Like, there's so many pretty ones, but... And this canvas is so sticky. Like, it is really, really sticky. It's really good. I use blue tack in the end. That pen that I'm using comes from DP with Sparklers. If you want to bling up your kits and all that fun stuff, go and check that out. The trays, the big trays, just from AliExpress. I think it was only like a couple of bucks. Okay, let's, oh, look. Once again, not organised. I never am. That's always, it's not one of my videos unless something goes wrong. Now we've got blue tack on the kit. That's okay. We'll just blue tack over that. We'll drill over the blue tack. Is what I meant. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Oh, my partner's out there giggling away. Sounding like a little girl he is. Okay, so what can I tell you about the past week besides the fact that I'm sick? I've said it in every video so far. Okay, so my kitty cat's gone missing. I've lost my kitty cat, guys. We think she might have been bitten by a spider. Because we've had a lot of redback spiders in the house. And I've got to... We'd only seen 1 or 2 when she went missing. And after she went missing, we've been finding them everywhere. Like, we've sprayed them as soon as we find them, but we didn't realise they were so bad. So we think she might have got bit by a spider, and cats tend to wander off and they don't like dying at home. Cats, they tend to wander off and die, usually, if they can. They're not like dogs. Excuse the shakes. I've just come back from uptown with Mum. She needed to go up to the shop, so I went up there with her. I grabbed some more rice so I can make some more gnomes. If you haven't checked that video out, head over and check that one out. That was a fun video to make. But I won't be doing it again. I'll be making more gnomes, but I won't be videoing it. Nobody needs that drama in their life. Oh Lord. So yeah, Kitty Cat's been missing for probably about a week, which is a shame because she was a beautiful cat. Like, if you're a pet owner, you know they become part of your family. And I guess when they go missing, I don't find it as sad as if they were to die at home. I don't know why. I haven't cried or anything like that. And I loved her. She was a beautiful cat. She was a very vocal cat. She was just a tabby cat. She wasn't anything special breed or anything. But she was so vocal. If she'd come in the middle of the day, you'd feed her of a morning, and then you'd feed her of an afternoon or of a night time, and then usually she'd get some more food. There was always biscuits. There was always cat biscuits in her dish. But we'd give her wet food first thing in the morning when my partner would get up. He'd feed her. And then she'd try and trick me into feeding her when I got up. And I'd be like, no, I know better. And then, if she got a bit hungry during the day, she'd wander into wherever you were. If I was here in the craft room, she'd come in, meow, meow, meow. And it'd be like, no, you're not getting fed. You've got biscuits out there. And you'd go out there and you'd pick her up because we'd feed her on the bench beside the bird cage. And you'd pick her up. She jumps up she used to jump up by herself. But if she was feeling particularly lazy, which she did quite a lot, she'd stand at your feet and just meow, meow, meow until you picked her up. So you'd pick her up and she'd sort of sniff at the biscuits and then she'd meow at you as if say, I don't want that crap. Give me some good stuff. And then once she realised she wasn't getting wet food, she'd just eat her biscuits. It's... Excuse me. So unfortunately she's gone missing. I don't think we'll be looking to get another cat. We've had a couple of cats in the past. We're not really cat people. I'm an animal person, so any animal I'm happy with. Any animal. But cats are very demanding, and when they want attention, then, you gotta give them attention. If they don't want attention, but you want attention and you want to cuddle them and they don't want you to cuddle them, well, what they say goes. Or otherwise you lose half face. Get out of there. Get out of there. So we won't be getting another cat, not anytime soon. She was more of a rescue. My friend had her, and she had 2 cats at the time. And the other cat that she had decided she didn't like this cat. And she'd had both cats together for over 12 months. And all of a sudden, this other cat that she had just started beating her up. and fighting with her and not letting her eat and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And so we said, oh, look, we'll take her. You know, saves you trying to find another home for her. I said, we'll take her. Well, my partner said we'd take her. Barry said, oh, come on, let's take her. I'm like, okay. So we ended up with her. And she was quite happy here. And I said to my friend when she first went missing, the cat, not my friend's not missing. I said to my friend, if she shows back up at your place, I said, let me know and we'll come and get her again. Because I thought, you know, there might have been something that scared her and just instincts kicked in, and she just went straight back to the original home, to her home. And guys, look at that blue. That is beautiful blue. That's so pretty. So I said, just let us know if she shows up. I said, we'll come and get her and bring her home. And it wasn't like her to stray far from home. Oh, we've got a bit of a daggy drill here. Come on. There's one weird drill. Can you see that? That goes in the bad pile, which is on the floor, unfortunately. Don't judge. We know what I'm like. I ain't gonna pretend I'm fancy and run a decent household. My place is a mess. I got crafting to do, people. I don't have time for cleaning. Sorry. Oh, Lord. I like doing Wip and Chats, but at the same time, I get very nervous and I ramble. And I jump from topic to topic. So that's the cat story. We've no longer got a kitty cat. It has been over a week now. And like I said, she never used to go far from home. She would stay close to home. If you went to a door or a window and called for her, it would be a matter of seconds before you'd hear her meowing. And we've called for her and we've looked for her and nothing. So she's a goner, unfortunately. So yeah. Okay, what else? What else has happened? Off the sad subject. Oh, let me tell you a funny story about my headphones that happened this week. Because we all know what sort of a ditz I am, right? Surely you have got a bit of an idea by now. So I bought these headphones, the cordless headphones, because we've got, right, you got the charger, you got the earphones, pull them out, they turn on, you know, turn them off. That is how much charge the box has, the charging station, right? And then you plug that in and plug it into your whatever. And then you put the headphones in to charge the headphones. Whether it's plugged in or not, it'll charge. As long as there's charge in the charging box, whatever you want to call it. Well, because I've never had these sort of headphones before, I've always had the ones with the cords. Me and technology, we don't get along very well. We never have, we never will. I'm not a technical person. My brain just doesn't like the concept of technology. I'm a very simple person. I'm a crafter. I'm not a technically minded person. But these headphones, right? I had got them the other week and I'd been using them and that was all good, worked out how to use them, turn them on, turn them off, that was fine. Well, one headphone one side started beeping at me. I thought, okay, that means it's going flat. It needs to be charged. So I took them and I put them in the charging box. And I plugged the box in. Now, that box said 75%. And I thought, well, they shouldn't be beeping saying that they're flat. It's telling me that there's 75% there. Anyway, I thought, oh well, and I plugged it in and did everything, and I thought, righto, well, they're charging. And anyway, later on I checked it again and it said 100%, and I thought, okay, there your phone's are charged, it says 100%. So I unplugged the little box, and I took the headphones out, and I tried to get them to work, and this one side just kept beeping at me. Every so often it would just beep. And I'm like, that's telling me it's flat. Why is it flat? And it was flashing red. And I'm like, that's telling me it's flat. Why is it flashing? So I put it back in the box. I plugged the box in. I thought, no, that is telling me it's 100%. And I checked the connections and I thought, maybe it's not connecting properly. I thought, is it raining? I think it's raining. I thought maybe it's not, the charging points aren't touching properly. It is raining. Cool. I don't have a cat, but I've still got cat hair. I thought maybe the charging points aren't touching properly. Maybe it's a bit faulty. So I took the soft part at the end of the ear pieces. I took that off so they could get a better connection, so nothing was holding it up. I thought, maybe that's what you meant to do. And put them in, and they still didn't turn red like they were meant to say that they were charging or anything, but the little box still kept telling me it was 100%. And I was getting frustrated. I was getting so frustrated. I got the instructions out, and I read those instructions back to front and front to back. I thought, there is something wrong that I am not doing. This cannot be this difficult. I thought, I'm going to have to take them back. These are faulty. And I couldn't remember where I put my receipt because they were only $40. And I thought, I'm going to have to take them back. Why is it I take them out, and I looked at the little parts that are meant to, because you've got, right, I'll show you. So you take them out, you got the little prongs there, right? You got the little prongs, and those little prongs sit inside there, right? And they touch to connect and charge, right? So I had been putting them in. This was saying 100%. They weren't lighting up red like that. And I'd taken them out and I'd looked, and I could see the little points, and I could see these. That was fine. And I thought, maybe they're just not touching like they should. And I'm really, really looking at them, and I did this like 100 bloody times, I'd take them out and I'd look, I'd put them back in, and I'm like, they're not lighting up red. They're not doing anything. Why is it? They had nothing in the instructions to say that there was a little blue piece of plastic over those ports. And because it was a see-through blue of bit of plastic that you just had to peel off, it looked, I couldn't see it around there. It's just those ports look blue. And I thought, okay, well, that's how they're meant to be, I don't know. And then I thought, well, why is this saying 100? Isn't that how much charge is in the earphones? I didn't realise. The box is cordless as well. So, you charge the box and then you can put the earphones in and just take it with you and they stay charged. All that for 2 little bits of plastic. Couldn't get over it. I felt so stupid. I swear to God, I spent an hour. All I wanted to do was diamond paint and listen to, you know, a YouTuber. I can't remember. I think it was Becky's Madness for Crafting that I was going to listen to at the time. And I was getting so frustrated. And all for 2 little pieces of plastic I had to peel off. Nobody told me. So that's my blonde moment of the week. Actually, I think that's about my 5th blonde moment of the week. So that happened. Oh, can't believe I did that. I'm hopeless with technology. I am. I know it's really not that difficult, but when it comes to being technical, I'm surprised I can make an order for like Diamond Art Club and that without mucking it up. Excuse me. Oh, okay, well that was it for our rain. I think it stopped now. What else? Oh, I've had a bloody dog hanging around. One of my dogs is in heat. And we've had this dog hanging around. And it's a blue cattle dog. I've got, both of my girls are Mastiff crosses. So they're not little dogs. They're not vicious. They play with this dog. This dog can come into our yard and it plays and all the rest. And that's okay. It's a little bit smaller than my girls. But it's a male. And it's not fixed up. And I've never had problems with our girls being in season and being on heat. And neither of them have ever had puppies. I don't want to breed them. I've got no need to breed. The girls are happy. They don't need babies. I don't need babies. So yeah. And my dogs don't get out. And I've never had any dramas with other dogs really getting in. You see dogs roaming the street around town. And it's like, well, can people like keep their dogs in their yard? And I know it's difficult sometimes, I know. But really, this dog was here every day. And it would come in our yard because it could fit through the mesh. I thought it was jumping the fence, but it was fitting through the mesh. And I let the person know, because I know who owns the dog. And I let the person know, and this has been happening since we moved into this house about 2 years ago. This dog will hang around, and it's not only just when my dogs are in heat. And he doesn't get vicious with them. He's not a nasty dog, he's a good dog. And he comes in and he plays and that, but he does do the nasty with one of my girls. Apparently he's only attracted to one. Apparently I've only got one sexy dog that he wants to have sexy time with. He's not worried about the other one. But so this time, and I have called the dog catcher, when we first realised that this dog was getting into our yard and all the rest, We let the owners know, and just said, hey, you know, can you do something about your dogs? Our girls aren't fixed up, and your dog's not fixed up. And they're like, yep, right, we'll sort that out. Yep, that'll be great. And then, you know, that dog's still coming around every now and then. And then this time, or last time he was here, he came in, and I thought, I am sick of asking these people to keep their dog in their yard. It's mainly the girl. I think it's mainly her dog, I think. Not her partner's dog. But she's the one that I talk to anyway. And I thought, I'm not talking to her anymore. I have asked and nothing's been done. So I'll just call the pound. And I called animal control at the council and said, hey, look, this is the problem. They said, yep, righto, well, we'll send someone around to come and get the dog. Well, this old guy comes around. This was like last year sometime. This old guy comes around. And I said to them on the phone, I said, when he comes round, because I live on a corner house, when he comes round, let him know to come out the side, not the front of the house. Tell him to come out the side. That is where I am. And I can see my front of my house from where I was sitting in my mum's car, because mum was waiting. She'd come over to pick me up so I could help her with her shopping and everything. And I said, oh, you know, dog catcher's coming around to pick this dog up. And so she waited with me. And I had told them to let old mate know to come to the side of the house. He pulls up out the front. And I sing out. And I'm like, oh, I'm around the side. And I'm on the footpath. It's not like I'm at the back of the house. I'm on the footpath. And I sung out. And I'm not a quiet person. And I sung out and I went, oh, I'm around the side. And he's walking up my front walkway. I'm like, hello, I'm out the side. And he knocks on my front door and I'm like, so I grabbed the dog and I went round the front, and he looks at me and he goes, oh, do you know if anybody's home? I said, yeah, me. I said, you were told to come out the side. Oh, sorry. And he's like 100 years old, this guy. Anyway. And he's asking me all these stupid questions about the dog. I went, I don't know, it's not my dog. You are here to pick the dog up and take it to the pound. That is your job. Why do I not have that symbol? That's a B, right? Why do I only have an 8? That is definitely a B, right? Anyway, old mate takes the dog. I'm gonna have to check on that. It's not an X. That's an X. That's a B. I don't have a B on this chart. I have an 8. And so, anyway, he takes the dog. That's a B. Sorry, I'm trying to find this symbol and I can't find it. I'll have a look later. I really can't find it. I don't know what. This is the second time this has happened to me. Alright, well, let's do that one while I'm chatting. So he takes the dog. But He doesn't take the dog to the pound where he's meant to take it, where they have to pay to get it out. He takes it around to the person's house and gives the dog back. I could have done that. And so, of course, the next day the dog just shows up again. So, of course, I flipped my lid. But anyway, fast forward to now. The dog's showing up. And I'm like, I am sick to death of this dog. And I messaged the owner again. And you got to remember, it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. You can't just flip out at people as much as I'd freaking like to. And so I sent her a nasty message and I'm like, look, I am sick to death of this dog, rah, rah, rah. You know, I'm fussing at her. And anyway, the dog runs off. She must have went and got it or so, I don't know. But then the next day, oh no, it was the next day and this dog shows up again. I'm like, right, that's it, call on the pound again, because I knew we had a new dog catcher now. And this is like last week. So I call the council and I'm like, right, I've got this dog hanging around, I need animal control to come get it. Oh, righto, not a problem, where are you? What's your address? I'll call them and tell them, you know, I said, look, I'm on my way out. If they could come round, you know, pretty urgently. I said, I'm sitting out the front. She's like, yep, not a problem. I'll get onto them now and I'll let them know to go round there ASAP. And I'm like, yep, that'll be great, thank you. Anyway, I got a phone call a couple of minutes later. And this lady's like, oh, I just rang animal control. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, they're not in town. I went, what do you mean they're not in town? She said, oh, they're over in, you know, in the next town over. And I'm like, well, that doesn't do me any good. I said, what am I meant to do with this dog? She goes, oh, I honestly don't know. I'm like, well, you're the council. You're meant to know what I'm meant to do with the dog. What am I doing with the dog? And she said, oh, he said he'd come straight round when he got back into town. And I'm like, well, what am I meant to do with it in the meantime? How long's he going to be? She went, oh, I don't know. I'm like, you just not flip and communicate? I'm like, I told you I was in a hurry. I wanted someone to come round. You'd think she'd go, well, how much longer do you reckon so I can let this person know? But I know. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, I went, right, fine, because I was getting nothing out of her. Excuse me. I was getting nothing out of this woman. You know, she wasn't going to call old mate back apparently and check for me or anything like that. She just, no help. And I thought, okay, well, you know, the vibe I got off her was not my problem. But anyway. She probably had bigger things to deal with. So I went, yep, right, I'll sort something out. And I said to Mum, I said, right, well, old mate's in the next town over, which is only 10 minutes away, mind you. It's just 10 minutes down the road. And I said to Mum, I said, wonder if Dad wants to babysit for a bit. And Mum went, why? And I said, well, I'll take the dog over there. And like I said, it's not a vicious dog, it's a friendly dog. Mum and Dad have only got a little Jack Russell looking thing, which was meant to be my dog because I'd got it when I lived there. When I moved out, I went to take her with me and she fretted, so I had to take her back to Mum and Dad's. I went, okay, well, she's your dog now. So they've got that dog. And so I walked across the road because I lived just across the road from Mum and Dad. The way Mum and Dad are at the moment. I like to be close because they're older and Mum's had a few falls now and Dad's got cancer and everything. It's good to be close. So I live across the road. And so I walked across the road and I said to Dad, I said, can you watch this dog? I said, such and such is coming from the next town over. I said, and oh God, I hope I don't start coughing. I'm sorry, guys. And I said, you know, they're coming to get this dog. I said, but I don't know how long they're going to be. They weren't much help on the phone. And Dad started going off, oh, blue cattle dog, can't trust him, rah, rah, rah. I said, look, he seems like a nice dog. I said, I've never had any temper problems with him. He's never growled or anything at me. All the time he's been around my girls. They've never had a fight or anything like that. He's never hurt them. Which I'm thankful for. I'm glad, you know, if I've got a dog hanging around, I'm glad it's that temperament. Anyway, Dad went, yeah, righto. Now, I had walked across this road. I did not have a lead on this dog. It didn't have a collar on. And I had freely walked it across the road to Mum and Dad. It just followed me. I just called it and followed. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, I'm pulling hair off when I got caught up earlier. Anyway, I left the dog with Dad and I called the council back. And I said, righto, well, here's the thing. It's at Mum and Dad's. That's the address. You know, I gave them the address and everything. They were happy with that. I said, can you let the dog catcher know that when he comes in, this is the address he's got to go to pick the dog up. And they're like, yep, okay, not a problem. And it was a different lady I got. And I explained everything to her. And yeah, no problem. I went, right. Anyway, me and Mum had left. Dad had the dog. He was patting it and everything. My dad's one of those that goes, oh, bloody animal, rah, rah, rah. And then when you're not looking, he's cuddling it and patting it. Oh, he's one of them. And so I really can't find that symbol. I'm going to have to message the company. So anyway, Dad calls 10 minutes after we get to the shop. And I'm like, yeah, is everything okay? He's like, dogs jumped the fence. I went, what? He went, the dog jumped the fence. I said, what do you mean the dog jumped the fence? I said, did you call it? He went, yeah, it wouldn't listen to me. I'm like, right. I said, it followed me across the road. How did it not come to you? He went, I don't know, it wouldn't listen to me. Oh. I'm like, okay. Anyway, I got off the phone to Dad. And I told Mum, she goes, well, are you going to let the council know? I said, no, because, you know, when they come round to get the dog, you just can let them know that we're sick of this dog, rah, rah, rah. Send them to my place if you have to. So anyway, the next day comes round. Mum rings me up in the morning to see if I'm ready to go shopping. She goes shopping every day, by the way. I don't know why she has to do it, but she does. It's her thing, it's her routine. When COVID struck and we had to not go out so much, that almost killed her. She needs to go out somewhere every day. So we were just going out for a drive, not going anywhere. But anyway, she rings me the next morning and she's like, well, you ready? And I'm like, no, I've got to get dressed and everything. I said, how'd you get on with that dog catcher yesterday? She said, no, I was just going to ask you that. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, nobody showed up here. I said, well, nobody freaking showed up here. Nobody showed up for the dog. No one showed up for the dog. So, and then I got up that morning. I went for a shower, got dressed. That was all fine. And walked outside, and here's the dog. And I'm like, flipping heck. I'm like, okay, right. And I called it, and I went, right, buddy. And called the council again. I went, right. I said, I need someone to come and get this dog. I said, nobody showed up yesterday. I said, I need someone to come and get it now. The dog catcher shows up a couple of minutes later, thank God. And so he comes, he knew exactly whose dog it was. He called it by its name. He goes, oh, you're being a bit of a nuisance. I said, a nuisance? I said, this has been going on for 2 years. I said, I'm over it. It needs to stop. And I haven't seen that dog. I've seen it once, but it was late in the afternoon, so I didn't have an after hours number or anything to call animal control or anything like that. So, you know, I just sort of shoot it out the yard. I thought, you know, there's no point. It infuriated me. But anyway, and I was just about, because I was cooking tea at the time, and I was just about to send this woman a message. And I'd sat down and I started writing out this message on the phone, and it wasn't going to be a very nice message, let me tell you. And I hear someone walking on the street outside, and I hear them calling this dog's name. And I'm like, oh, so she knows it's missing. She's actually out looking for it. That's fine. I deleted the message. I thought she knows it's gone. She's trying to keep it in the yard. She's, you know, I thought that's fine. That's all I ask. You know, you notice the dog gone, go and get it. That's fine. But I haven't seen the dog since. She must have got it though, because I hear her calling it, and then I hear her go, come here. And she's growling at the dog. And she must have got it down the road. Because then I hear this poor dog yelping its poor little heart out. I thought, lady, no, don't flog the dog because you can't keep it in the yard. It's just doing what dogs do. They'll roam, they'll wander. Hell, even my dog's been known to get out of the yard. Not very often, trust me. Because as soon as it's usually with my girls, it's usually as soon as we move in somewhere, and it was when we had the third dog, when I had my pit bull cross, that he used to find a way out and they'd follow him. Now we don't have him. He passed away from parvo. But now that we don't have him, my girls don't go anywhere at all. They don't try and get out. Oh, well, one of them digs, but she's never actually dug out. So, and as soon as, you know, they get out, we find where, how, and we fix it pretty quick smart. Because last thing I want is to try and get the dog out from the pound. And my partner actually went out the next morning, and he came home later on, and he's like, oh, guess who I seen at the pound today, going into the pound today. And I'm like, who? And he said about the dog's owners and that. And I'm like, oh, so they did take the dog to the pound. I'm like, good. So hopefully I won't see it again. Like I said, it's a good dog. It is. But, and they're not bad people that own the dog. Like, I get along with the guy, it's just something about that poor lady. I just can't. I'm not a people person, guys. Some people irritate me. And unfortunately, she's one of them. She's never actually done anything. She's just one of those people that just irritate me. I just can't handle her. I don't know whether she's too cheery for me. You know those bubbly people? Yeah, I can't handle bubbly. Like the really happy people. Like my partner will get out of bed in the morning and he's chatty and happy, and it's just like, get away from me. Do you have to? And he's like, why are you so negative in the morning? I'm like, why are you not? Oh, God. Still half asleep. Leave me alone. So, yes. But, no, nothing against the people, nothing against the dog. The whole situation just... I think if my girls were fixed up or if their dog was fixed up, I really wouldn't care. I'd probably just try and keep him in my yard until they came and got him whenever he came around. Yeah. But because they're not fixed up and my girls come into season, then yeah. Oh, righto. Well, now I need to try and find this symbol. Because that is clearly a B. That is a B, that is a B. That is a B, that is a B. That's an 8. That's an 8. That's a B, that's a B. That's a B. These are all 8s. And it's still raining. I'm going to have to check this canvas. Because... Right, now they've torn it up. So I've got D1, little boomerang thing, a star, what do I call it, pencil, triangle, a grey pencil, an 8, a diamond, and down arrow, half circle, star looking thingy, an E, an F, a clover, half circle the other way, an arrow going this way, a heart, a triangle going down that way, an X, a star, a box, a Q, the wavy lines, triangle going that way, and a 6. There is no B. Gonna have to contact the company. Righto guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to write an email or a message or something. How long have I been recording for? Almost an hour. Oops. Almost an hour. Righto guys, well I'm going to leave it there. There were a few other stories. I might do another Wip and Chat tomorrow or something. I don't know. I know we've got What's in My Stash tomorrow. So What's in My Stash tomorrow. Contact the company about this one now. I will let you know about what's going to happen with this if I hear back. So yes. Righto guys, well I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go and enjoy this rain. I'm frustrated over this canvas now because this is the second one that I've had that's got symbols on there that aren't on the legend. Drama. See, it always happens to me. Always me. Just me. Righto, guys. Hope yous are all having a good day. Hope yous got a bit of a laugh. Hope I get better tomorrow. But apart from that, I'll be making some gnomes tonight. I'll put some photos up on Instagram either tonight or tomorrow. Go and check that out. So yeah. Nothing else that I needed to tell you now that you absolutely need to know? No? Okay. Righto, guys. I shall see you later. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good morning. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye.